Alright, folks. Hi, everyone. So, in today's stream, we will be looking into how to use Go to build a collage, image collage. So, just to give you an example, what I really want to build. So, let me make my browser bigger and then show it to you here. So, uh, at work, we have this banner here in the footer, which has all these images. And this is image that we sort of had built using I think like our design team had done a, a while back, right? And the problem with this is if your screen is bigger, it gets upscaled, and then also the major concern here was that it's difficult to maintain this image, right? Because currently, as of now, this image includes all the folks that work at Accelerant, but then there are people who leave, or in case every month somebody new joins, so you need to keep updating this image, which is a lot of work, right? So it doesn't really make sense for the design team to go ahead and add an image there every time. So we wanted to automate the process some in whatever capacity we could. And my initial take on this was that we are maintaining all the images here. So this section is maintained by our marketing team, where they add all the images for all our folks working at Accelerant. So this seemed like a good enough source for images, right? Or people who are currently working at Accelerant, rather than having outdated images in the footer. We realized that this is a good enough alternative to use images for. But that said, my earlier implementation, or the implementation that we have currently, uses Node and Puppeteer for building those images. So what I do currently is I sort of download all these images using Node, and then using Puppeteer, which basically is a browser. I just generate a HTML file, load it up in Puppeteer, and then take a screenshot. So the way it works is I have this netlify function which does all of this. It loads all those images and then generates a collage. This works pretty well, as you can see. I As of now, we don't have any concerns here. The only problem is, like, even though the response was quite fast, uh, comparatively fast, is because I have added a cache expiry on this. So it doesn't really reprocess everything, but then, like, the in case the cache is invalidated or expired, it takes a really long time, like I think like around 10 seconds, which to me feels like we are not using the right tool for the right job here. So considering all of this, I want to use Go to explore how we can build something like this without loading up a full browser, right? Like I think like Go has a decent standard library which has a lot of image manipulation tools, so we can explore that today. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to cover in this stream, but then I have a hard stop at 8:15, so let's see what we can get done by that time, right? So immediately the way I want to work on this is, I first of all want to grab all these images, download them, and hopefully download them in parallel rather than doing it one by one, because I think like there are like over 100 images here, so that will take a while. So that's one, and then combine these images to build a collage and then sort of make it grayscale. The grayscale part I'm thinking is because this would be a rather than just it being a sort of a program that you run, it would rather be an endpoint, a web endpoint. So probably I'm thinking like we could have certain either multiple URLs or just query parameters where you can have like a colored image or a grayscale image, and maybe you can adjust the grayscale levels as well. So but yeah, we'll get to that eventually, if we make that kind of progress. And that said, I have used Go several years ago, and then that too was like a as learning Golang. So it's not like I've done a lot of Go work before. So yeah, this I feel the progress on this would be slow, but let's see. Like we'll figure out as we go along. Okay, so we want to get these images right. So because this is a web page, I can immediately think of a couple of ways, right? One is to just download the whole web page in memory, and then sort of use some regex to pull out the image source. The other is there's a package in Go called, because which is something I've used before as well. It's called jQuery or GoQuery, something like that. I don't remember the exact name. Yeah, it's called GoQuery. So it's similar. It has a similar API to jQuery, where you can query similar element selectors similar to jQuery, and then it will sort of grab the respective elements. Now this is something which I feel can immediately do our job, but then before I do any of that, I want to explore how we can manually do it just using regex. And then in case we are sort of blocked, we don't make significant progress, in that case we'll just fall back to using this package. But let's try with a custom approach without using any of this. Okay, so let's get started. Let me create a project. So we will call it collage. It's collage, and then I'll do a Go mod in it under my name, under my GitHub repo, and then just call it collage. Right, so we have a Go module. This is the first time I'm using Go module as well, so I am not really familiar with this, but yeah, let's see. Okay, so let's query this page. So let me create a file called main.go. This would be package main, func main. Right, so we want to do a http.get for this page. The URL is this thing, and what this returns is okay, let me save this so that http gets imported. So get returns back a response and an error. So let's do a response and an error. Now exit in case the error is not nil. So we'll do one. We'll do a log.fatal ln failed to get the about page. Should be fine. And then I think we can also print out the error error. I think that should be fine. Now we have the response, because we haven't used the response. It's warning us that hey, you need to use the response. Okay, so we will read the response body, all of it, rather than just scanning over it, because we want to run regex and all. So it makes sense to read the whole body. So I think either I think we can just use ioutil.read all. This takes in an IO reader, and response is I think it's a IO reader. Let's see. So okay, let me save this first. Let's go here. Yeah, so get returns back a response. Okay, yeah, response is a struct, right? It has all of these values, but then more importantly, I want to see like what are the methods defined on response, like as long as it has a read method, I think we should be good. Yeah, there's a write, so it's a read writer for sure. But before I sort of come to that conclusion, I do need to find the read. Let's search for it. So is there a read method somewhere? Read response is there. Does this internally implement read? No, it doesn't. Read IO reader struct IO closer. Okay. Okay. I see. So the body is IO read closer. Okay. So if we go back here, yeah. So response in itself isn't that, but then on the response, what we can do is we can do like response.body, and this is something. It is something that is a read closer, so we can read it and then close it as well. So if it is a read closer, that also means that we can also do defer. No, this is not a channel, right? This is used with channels. Yeah, so we'll do a response dot body and then close, right? So there's a close method on it, so we'll call that, and that should be it. Does it throw any warnings? No, I think it should be fine. Yeah, I think they saw some example here similar to this. Yeah, this looks fine. So along the lines of what we want to do. Do they do a okay? They pass the body to go query, right? So which might internally use IO utils or something else, but I think this is fine in our case. Now let's take a look at what does this return back. So this returns back number of bytes read and an error. So we are not really interested in number of bytes read, so we'll just do this. Say like if error is not equal to nil, we'll just do a let's take this log.fatal message here and use it right over here, and we will rename it here to say failed to read the response body. That's fine. And then but if we are using IO utils, where does it store the value, or is it in bytes that it stores? Okay, let's see. Read all reads from R until error or end of file and returns the data it reads. Okay, so this is actually not the length, but rather the bytes it has read. Okay, so this would be HTML, right? So let's just log it to the page. fmt.println. Right, what's the issue? Oh, there's no package fmt. This should be okay. This should be HTML here. It says it's undeclared, but then okay, yeah. So the reason it's undeclared is because I had an underscore here. So if I add underscore, it's fine, because I can't do a colon equal to here because error is already defined here. So I'm just reassigning it, but then in case I add a new variable, then I do need colon equal to. Okay, so this is good. Let's run it and see what we get. So we'll do a go run main.go. Hopefully we should get back the response. Okay, so we do get back the response, but then this is as a bytes array, byte slice. What we instead want is a string. So I think like we can just convert it into a string. I don't think we can specify on read or like something else, but I think like this should work. Okay, we have the HTML here. Now is the tricky part of using the regex and figuring out what is the regex to use, because I don't feel really comfortable with Golang regex as of now. Like I haven't really used them, so we'll have to figure it. But yeah, let's see. So currently the way the content is structured is we have a wrapper and okay, so there are rows, and then within rows there is a single div, right? And then each div has a employee details. Okay, it's pretty, it has all these classes, right? So that helps us a lot. So we can review, like we can use this emp avatar, and then within that we have an image, right? So probably we can do this. Let's see if the image has anything. So image has source, then it has width, height, and it has a profile picture. For maybe we can use this string called profile picture for. Let's see if this does help. So if I just search for this thing, it shows up 102 times. Let's see like what is the last result for it. Yeah, it seems fine to me. I think we can use this regex, and then the way I'm thinking is I'll just do like a image src, and this would be a group, this URL, and then I think that would help us out, right? This part should be dynamic, but then I think we can manage that. Okay, so let's see how to use regex in Golang, because I have no idea. Okay, so the core has this regex package, and then here's the example. So you have must compile, and then against that you pass it this value, and it gives you something back. So let's try this out just to get an understanding of how it's working. So let me comment this out for a second, or I think like we can keep it here, that's fine. So we have this valid id which does a regex p dot must compile. I think like must compile, like other must functions would just panic, and that should be it. So this starts with a to z, and after that it can have anything that is 0 to 9, and okay, within square brackets, right? Okay, and that's the end of it. Okay, so I think like it says like any character, anything between a to z, and then the end should be opening brace, any number of digits, because there's a plus, and then a closing brace. Okay, this seems straightforward to me. Now this is a regex. What we want to do is we want to do like a println here, and then just run it. So I think this would just give us a boolean value, which we don't want. But let's see, match string. So match string, although it says it gives us back a boolean. So if I do basam 1 2 3, right? So this matches the regex, but it is okay. We are missing a closing paren. It should be fine now. Okay. Yeah, true, we got image early, so that's fine. Okay. All right, so hold on, just give me a second. Okay, so suddenly has started raining a lot, and there's a lot of wind as well, so I'm not sure how long I can do this, but yeah, let's go ahead. Okay, so match string isn't something we want. I think let's build our regex first, and then we can come back to checking what is the correct method in our case, right, from the regex package. So if we go back here, what we want is our regex to look something like, so it should start with image. It would have an src, then it would have a quote as well, and within the quotes we will have I think any character, right? I think this should be fine, and then width of 300, or like rather than doing all of this, why not just do employee avatar and do up till here, right? Like something like this. So how about I do this at the very end, and then instead of starting with image, I can start with div class emp avatar. And yeah, I think like there would be a line break or some kind of space, so I'm not sure how to tackle that, but then yeah, we'll see. So let's wrap this, right? Let's take this regex here and then run it against string html, right? So this will just validate if this regex is correct or not. Let's also print out the value on the screen as well so that we can see it. Something is not happy here. Could not find definition for what. Okay, so expected new line, unexpected new line. Okay, expected a comma or something. Oh, okay, that was it. Okay, now if we try to run it, let's see what we get back. Okay, we get a false immediately, but let's go through this. So we want to see how the markup is structured here, or what kind of markup we are getting here. So you see we have this bio. Okay, this here it is, right? So we can probably, yeah, can we do a search on this? So emp avatar, yeah. So we have div class avatar, and then there's a bunch of white space, and then we can go ahead and do this thing, write our regex, right? So all I'm thinking is let's just add this white space in between, and that should be it, right? So how do we denote white space, right? Like regex. I think it's slash f slash s. I can't recall, so let's see. Yeah, slash s, and we can do a plus on it, so that should be fine. So let's try that. So in our regex here, let's just add a slash s and plus. I think that should that might be okay. No, I think to be fair, I'm not really sure. So all right, what else can we do here? I'm also not sure if the regex itself is correct or not. So the way we have it is div class employee avatar, and then this. Okay, so let's start small. So let's do this. Let me comment this one out, and then how about we just search for employee avatar and let's see if this works. If this works fine, then probably okay. Yeah. You see, like the issue is here itself, like it's not even able to find employee avatar, so probably we need to escape something, or I've just have written it incorrectly. So it's currently div class employee avatar, so I think that looks fine to me. Can I do a regex here? Can I do div class emp avatar? Can I not do this? How about this bit? I don't think they support regex here. Okay, I'm thinking like maybe we might need to just escape these backticks or the quotes. So let's see. Let me grab some of the markup from here. Maybe this part of it. So we'll do a copy as outer HTML. We'll paste it right over here. This has all the white space and all. So if I now search for div class is equal to employee okay, there's no avatar here for some reason. Copy, let's do edit as HTML and then just copy this over here. But where did avatar go? It is here within this. Why can't I see it here? Oh, okay, it's here. Like I had to scroll up. So avatar, and then I say white space, and then image. But then white space, one white space isn't alone enough. Yeah, it seems to be working fine. So why doesn't it work on the go side? So match string would take a string based on the name itself. So we are passing it as string, right? And how come this doesn't work? Let's look at the package here. There's something around escaping. So there's a code meta thing, escaping symbols like all of this. So we don't have a a dot plus. We do have a plus, but then like I'm not sure in what capacity. Okay, yeah, let's try this out. Let's do a regex p dot quote meta, and then run this to see if the quotes were a problem or something else. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to do a very trivial thing in this case. Let's get rid of this quote meta first of all. And then we will also get rid of this div. I'll just search for employee avatar to see if it's at least able to find this. This should work. If nothing, this should at least work. Okay, but there's an error, so error needs to be fixed. We have an additional parent, so I'll just get rid of that. I'm not sure how much background noise you can hear from my end, but there's a lot of rain currently, so I'm not sure if it's clear or not. Okay, so again it's not able to find or match the regex, so it seems like there's an but a completely different issue here. So match string employee avatar should be found at least. Now I'm getting rid of this starting and ending markers. Okay, so wouldn't this work like yeah, this should have worked, right? Like it should know like where something starts and ends. We do want that. That's weird. How about we quickly look at there's a site called Go by Example. I think there would be a regex example on this site at least. So if I am looking for regular expressions, right? Something like this. So there's a match string. They don't do in any of the example a starting indicator or ending indicator. Okay, so for now we'll just get rid of it. Go back here, delete this one, uncomment the original one, and just get rid of the starting and ending character, I think. And let's see based on this what we get back. We still get false, but okay, let's figure that out. Maybe I'm just doing the regex wrong. Could probably be just that. Let's just search for employee avatar first. Looking back here, yeah, we are getting a true back, so that is fine. Now moving on, how about I add s plus to this? I think like we need, because it doesn't have those slashes, it uses backtick. Now this works as well. So now if I move on forward and add a image to this as well, image src, something like this, this might not work. Oh, even this is working. So is this a problem with the group or something else? Oh, it could be just this part. Maybe with must compile it doesn't work. I don't know, because like we are back to the place where we had started. Yeah, now it's false. So let's see like if we can use an alternate pack method here. So do we have anything? Yeah, we have find string. we have find index, match string is there. We want to search for a group, right? So these I guess are all the available. Okay, there are examples as well, so maybe we'll just look at examples. So we want find, we want find all as well, because actually you would want multiple results. And there's find all string, and there's a submatch as well. So submatch might be group, I don't know. So let's take a look at these first. So must compile has the regex here, and on the regex we do a find, we pass it a byte slice. Okay, so now find takes a byte slice, which is not a string, so that's fine. Find all is the all version of find. It returns slice of all the successive matches. Okay, so we'll probably use find all instead of find, because you see like it matches multiple strings rather than just one. Now what I want also to look at is, this is find all, this is something we looked at already, and this is find all strings. So what's the difference here? Oh, okay, so this takes in a string, and what's the other parameter? Find all is the all version of find string. It returns, let's see, like find all find string I want to look at first before I look at find all's string. So where is find string? Yep. So find string returns a string holding the text of the leftmost match in the S of the regular expression. If there is no match, the return value is an empty string, but it also use find index or find submatch if necessary to distinguish between these cases. Okay, now let's look at submatch. Alright, so in this case they have this X, right? You see there is a group here. Find all submatch is all version of find string submatch. It returns a slice of all successive matches of the expression as defined by all. Description in the package comment, a return value of nil indicates no match. Okay, so let's take a look at find submatch. Find submatch. Right, so let's take a look at this one. This again takes a byte slice. So you have this regex, there is this group, like anything after foo should match. So in case you pass it seafood, right, so it should probably return this bit, I guess, although like this is also foo, so this would return L. This might return all of this. Let's see. Okay, so it gave me back, oh okay, okay, so it gave me back I see, although it should have returned, okay, yeah, because it's just submatch, so it will just return the first instance, but in case it was all, it would have returned food and D, like here, and then fool and L. Okay, so it makes sense. So now if I can go back here, I can probably just replace this with, let's do a find submatch first, so that we get a single value rather than a lot of values, and this would directly take in HTML rather than string. Okay, I'll just pass in HTML, which is good. Let's get rid of this. Let's try this out. Okay, currently I'm not getting anything again. Now how about yeah, we do need this part. We are saying we need any how about we do a dot plus, although like slash w should have worked fine, but let's see. Okay, this works. Do we can't we okay, we can just print it out, although like but we are still printing it out, but then okay, we can print it out as %q. So I'll do a %q/n so that there's a line break after it, and still not seems happy. String literal is not terminated. Okay, yeah. Hopefully it converts it now. Okay, yeah. So and we or yeah, let's look at this. So we are getting this div. It starts with Abhay Saraf, which is the first one, I think. Yeah, Abhay. So that's good. And we get everything, like we get the profile picture, image style, and then there's this second value where we have this. Okay, you see, like it doesn't. It ends at like class, so that is the problem. But like it does start at the right point. Right? It should end here somewhere. So let's look at how we can close this off correctly, right? So how about I just add dollar here? No, dollar wouldn't work. That's the problem. But then what do we have here besides this? Like I don't want to write all of this width and all of that, but then if I just write width, nothing after that, I think it should do what we need it to do. So if I do width 300, because every image has this attribute, okay, so we are getting the right image value. That is good. Now the next thing we have to do here is so the next thing for us would be to replace the find submatch to find all submatch. I think that should be it. No, apparently it needs another argument. What's the other thing that it needs? It needs int. Let's look at its definition first. So what is the int value here? Find all submatches and all version of it returns a slice of successive matches for expression as defined in all. Returns a nil indicating no match. So in case n is less than 0, len of b plus 1. Okay, what is this value here? We seem to be using n in multiple places, so n is being used here as well. Let's see. Yeah, that's the only use case. So we pass it n. We check if n is less than 0, then we do a, in that case we do a like len of b plus 1 is what n is, and then do a all match. So maybe we can take a look at all matches, because like I'm not really sure what this n does. All matches, let's look at that. Yeah, I don't think there's all matches, but yeah, let me just do a 1 here. I don't know what this does. So and the API documentation isn't really clear. Yeah, this gives me 1. If it's like the number of items that it finds, then it's not really going to help us, right? Like if I do 10 and it gives me 10 items, then that defeats the purpose of it, because I do want to know like how many items are there. I think it's just doing that. So if I now, instead of doing this, I just do a len around this. Okay. How about we do come on. So if this gives us back 10, then oh yeah, it does. So yeah, that is a problem because we want the total number of matches. I don't want to provide it a value here. But what if we give it a like a random number here, right? Like say like 100, or like 100 is still, let's say like 200 for example. Does it give back 200 to us? Or maybe this is just the capacity of the array that we can store. Okay. What if I do, instead of len, just do a cap there to see the capacity? It probably, because it's 100 to maybe it's more than that, because like if it's no. Okay, all right. It's a bit confusing, but then I think like we have the values here now. Okay, that's spam. Okay, so yeah, how about we report the spam? Block. Okay. Yeah, can I remove the message as well? Report. Damn it. Okay, so I can't seem to find a way to delete these messages, so just give me a second. Okay, I'll figure it out in a bit. So yeah, currently the way it is, just a second. So yeah, I think like we are now currently passing it 200, and I think it should be fine for now. So it's pulling in those 102 values. The next thing that I want to do is, rather than print it out, let's just store these values, right? These are all the values that we are getting back. The only issue here is that it's giving us back a two-dimensional array where the first value is the whole string and the second value is what we are interested in. So maybe we can just massage it to our needs, just get the second values, right? So this gives us back, like if you look at it, like it gives us back, or before it we can see this, we can check it here, right? So this gives us back, and although it's, yeah, it gives us back a two-dimensional byte, right? So we can loop over it. So let's do a for we don't need the index, so we'll say v for now, and then we'll range over all of this, right? So okay, so if I just do a fmt.println v and then to the first item, let's see. Okay, yeah, this is what we are getting, right? And then how about we convert this to string. Okay, I think this looks fine. Now the other thing would be to just have a have an array or a slice where we can sort of store these values, right? So let's call it employee avatars, and this is a make how do we make a slice? I have completely forgotten. Let's see. So you want to create a slice, right? So I think we use make here, but yeah, let's see. Make a slice of strings. Okay, so how about this, right? So we store this. We take this part here, we move it up here, and then we store it as regex result. Right, and then we loop over this and say regex result, and also I want to rename this valid id to re. Use the same thing over here, and yeah, Go has this I think camel case convention, so let's just use that. Re result would be here, and then re result will be here too. Now I think I can make a slice based on the re result length. So I can do employee avatars and do a make a slice of string with the length of running the len function on re result, the value that it gives us back. And then all I need to do is I need to do a emp avatar is equal to append this, and to this we'll just append a string of v1. I think that should be it. We can get rid of this bit, and then after all of that we can just do a fmt.println and just print out re results, or no, emp avatars actually. Okay, we are getting back all these values, so that's good. Now going back here, let's get rid of this. I think we can create a function here. We'll call it get avatars, right? So if I take this whole thing, I think we can take the whole thing, paste it right over here, and then this just returns back the employee avatar. So we'll do a return emp avatars, right? So this function doesn't have the correct signature, so the way we do it is I think like this. Is it or no, we don't specify anything here, we just do a string slice, right? That should be fine. Yep. And all we have to do here is just call get avatar, and this will give us back emp avatar, or we can just call it avatars. Like, why make it difficult for ourselves? So okay. Avatars. All right, and I think we can make this the terminology change here as well. So AMP avatars can be renamed to avatars. Okay, so that's good. We have avatars here now. Although I want to sort of change this a little bit so that I can rather than doing a HTTP get within this. Okay, let's actually do that. So rather than doing a http.get here, this part, or rather even this whole thing, shouldn't happen in this function, right? So let's say like func get page or get HTML, and then paste all of this here, and this would return back HTML, right? So HTML is just string, or it's not even string, it's I think like what does this return back? Let's see. We want to see what does read all return. It returns a byte slice, so we can just say like it returns a slice of bytes. Okay, and then what we do is we go over here, we do get HTML, and now avatar would take in HTML, right? So we will update this to take in HTML, which would be slice of byte. I think we should be good here. So this way our get avatar method is testable now, because it can take just a byte slice. It doesn't really depend on HTTP get, and this bit I think we don't really need to test immediately, because HTTP get isn't something that we manually want to test. Maybe end-to-end test, but then not like a unit test. Okay, so now we have avatars, right? So now we get to the part where we want to fetch in pull in the images from here, right? Because now we have the URLs. So yeah, let's do that. So let's create a function. Let's call it func download images. This would take in a slice of a string, right? It doesn't have to return anything because it just has to do some IO, so that should be fine. Let's call this download images and pass it avatars so that it stops throwing these errors. All right, now the way I want to do it is as soon as you get an image, I think like we already have the array, right? So based on the array, we loop over them. We download the image parallelly, so we use go routines, and then paste on the yeah, I think like we'll just have to synchronize some way, maybe using wait groups, and once all of that is done, yeah, that should be it. But then how do, okay, I think we'll have to do all of it within this function, so let's see. And yeah, I will have to do a lot of looking up on this. So do we have wait group here? Wait groups are here. So okay, yeah, we have to define done here. Okay, so the way we'll do it is we'll do a for image, and we'll do a range over Okay, we didn't name this, so that's avatars, range on avatars, right? And then what we'll do is first we'll create a weight group. So weight group should be outside of this. So wg is our sync dot, is it sync? Yeah, sync dot weight group. And then what we'll do is we'll add on this so that it increments the number of weight groups it has to wait for. So we'll just add one on each iteration, and then we'll spawn a go routine, right? So I'll say we can, yeah, we'll just call it download image now. Download image, which is singular of images. It takes in the image, right? And that should be it. It doesn't need, yeah, it does need a reference to weight group because we do want to do a done on it. So we'll take a reference here, and then down here we just want to do a weight so that this download image doesn't like sort of so in case I do a fmt.println, I didn't mean to do that, but okay, so if I do a fmt.println, this done wouldn't be called until all the other tasks are done, right? So we have a wait here. Now we will define another function called this could have been done all inline, but that will get messy. So I'll define another method called download image, and this takes in a few things, right? So it takes in an image which is just a string, and then it takes a pointer to the weight group. So this would be, we'll call it wg, and then it's a pointer to weight group. I think that should be it. Yeah. Now something is not right here. Why is this? Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Because we are ranging over this, right? So the first value is index, I think. Although, like, I remember, like, we can just directly get values as well. There's a key value over here. We have keys here. Yeah, that is pretty much it. So keys wouldn't work. So let's just do an underscore because we don't want the iteration value. And yeah, that should be it. So for now, if we just run this, like just do like a fmt.println of image, right? So this will probably be stuck. So I think it's downloading the images. It did a loop. It passed the image to the go routine, and then it printed the image here, right? But the problem with this is that it doesn't sort of continue, right? Like it doesn't move on from the download images thing. So just to address this, what we can do is we can just do a we can do a weight group dot done, right? And yeah, that should be it, because yeah, you see, like we are getting a done here now. So now we want to do the processing here, which is basically downloading the image. So the way we will do it is like just do a http get do a create a file. And now I'm thinking that maybe we want, because like the way the names are, let's see, like can we get the proper name from the file itself? So we have this vignesh-k.jpg, and then there's a question mark. So maybe we just want to get rid of this question mark altogether, because every image has this. So when we are saving the file, we just want vignesh-k.jpg. That way we don't need to pull in more metadata. Okay, let's see. So Yeah, to download an image we'll have to create a file and then put the value there. Okay, yeah, it's going to be more work, but okay, that's fine. So yeah, so what we want here is to create a file. But let's start with http.get. Right, we want the image, right? So, and because I don't want to do like put it wait group dot done, even though I think I can do it, but let's do a differ on this. So as soon as this function returns, it will just close it. Just call done basically, not close it, but just call done on it. I'm not sure if there's any value in doing this on the top and just calling differ in front of it, but yeah, I think like it's a convention that any closing or done is done on the top with a differ in front of it. Okay, so again we'll do a error check similar to what we did earlier. We'll say like if there is an error, just tell the user that. We'll do a log, actually log dot fatal, right? So I think because like we won't be able to proceed, so it's better to do a, or let's do a log dot print here, because in this case we can sort of do like maybe one of the image fails. Not every image would fail, and we don't want to stop the process in that case. So we'll do like failed to download the image. Okay, so that's fine. Now we have the response, right? So I think we can again do like read all. Is there like read file need reads the file named by file name and returns? Okay, yeah, we don't need read file, we just need IO reader. So we'll pass it response dot body, and considering we are reading response the body on it, right? So we'll also do a differ response dot body close. We'll call the method on this. Okay, and we will get back the image and an error. We'll use the same log here as well and just update it to say fail to read the response body. Instead of saying download, I'll just say like fetch the image, because we are not at the downloading stage as of now. This is okay, image is already defined and error is also defined, so we are just reassigning the values, so this should be fine. No, there still seems some issue. Okay, so it says that it can't take response.body for some reason. Cannot use IOUtil read all body as string value in assignment. Okay, I see what it means. Like because image is a string here, I think this should be fine, but then we need a colon here, right? Yeah, it says like it's declared but not used. So the reason for this error was that like we already have image and it's explicitly defined as a string rather than here it's a byte slice. So that's the problem. Now I think we can rename this to image byte, something like this, right? So now we have an image, we now want to store it to a file, right? So let's see like if we have an example for that. I don't think it has any sort of like file operations. Yeah, it does actually. So writing a file is something we want to do. It says you have some byte slice, exactly we have this. We'll just do write file, IO write file, which takes in the file name, the byte slice, and the sort of the permissions on the file. So that's one way. And then there is also like you create a file, then do error checking on it, then defer closing the file, and then write the byte slice to the file. We can also do a write string, which I don't know how. Okay, we can pass a string value directly to it. Okay. And then there is like using buff.io. So buff.io new writer takes in a file and then does a write string on it. Okay, can we do buff.io, but then we still need to so what does this take in? Like, does it take a, I'm not sure what value it takes. So it takes a buff.io reader, so we can't, I don't think we can pass it a response here. I don't think this would work because this is a HTTP response. Yeah, so I think like let's do this. We just have image bytes here, right? So we then again use io util and then do a write file. The name of the file is something we have to figure out because currently it has the way it is set up is that it has a lot of like we have this question mark in there, right? So we don't, that wouldn't work. But let's see, like if I just do a, and then this would be image bytes, and this would be, let's do like 0, yeah, let's do 644 for now, and this will give us back just errors, right? Because yeah, so we'll do error check. If error is not equal to nil, we'll just say fail to write the image to disk, right? I think this should be fine. So I think that should be it. Do we need some closing in this case? No, I don't think so. The only part now left is to figure out how we can sort of rename this bit to a proper name, because we already have image here, right? We just want to get like a proper value out of it. So let's take a look at the strings package. So if I do like strings dot so can we do regex replace on it? Replace is there. It takes a string, old string, new string. Yeah, this wouldn't work, I think, in our case. It takes a string, an old string, a new string. Okay, let's take a look at it here. We want to look at strings, right? So we have strings here. String functions formatting. Okay, let's take a look at all of that. Or maybe we can just like use regex, that is also an option. So there's content, count, there's prefix, suffix, index, join, repeat. There's a replace, but then this doesn't take a regex, right? So that is a problem. There's a split. I think we can use split. So let's do, so this is, yeah, strings, right? So we'll do strings dot split, and then we'll split at question mark. No, what? Okay, we first need to pass it a string. So the string in this case is image, and then the separator is a question mark. and then just print it out, like what are the values that we get. We can do fmt.println and yeah, okay, there are a lot of frame drops today for some reason. Okay, going back here. Okay, so immediately we get a panic invalid memory address. I think this could be probably because we are using this, we are downloading the image, right? So let's not do that right now. So where is that bit? Yeah, let's just do this. Let's comment this all out, because I think like we are doing write file on this A, and like multiple go routines are doing that, so that might create this memory address or pointer dereference issue. Okay, so we did a split on question mark, so you can see like you get this string, and then there's this one more string here. Go's representation of arrays in console isn't the best. They don't even add commas there for some reason. I think like you have to manually implement the stringer interface, but yeah, lot of work there. Okay, so all we are interested in this case is we are interested in the first value from this. So maybe we don't even need to store this as a variable, although like it does make sense to do it. So let's actually do it. So we'll call it image. Yeah, I'm not sure what to name it, so I'll just do this. I'll just put it here. Although like, yeah, the problem with that is that I do want to massage it a little bit, so we'll just call it file name, right? And then I'll also do like file name is equal to strings to lower, right? And then again pass it the file name so that it's in lowercase, but then instead I'll pass it the 0 value here. I think it should be fine, but then to lower value of type string value string. Okay, what's the issue here? So I'm taking the first value, just takes in a string. So if I do a, then do file name 0, that should give me a string, right? What is the type of a? A is a string, so that is fine. How come this is not happy with takes in a string, right? So if we are passing it file name 0, what is wrong with that? This is confusing. Yeah, this is a string. Let's see what error it throws. Go run main.go. Cannot use strings. Oh, okay, I see. This is not an issue with the argument we are passing it. It's an issue with file name earlier being a string array, and then later on being a. Okay, so how about we do so split. Now what seems to be the issue here? Cannot use string.split image as the value to lower. Okay, yeah, because we want to provide it 0 here, 0 index. I think that should make it work. Now it's just complaining that file name is not used. Yeah, again, like this is not the. I think we could have just been a little bit more verbose and define multiple variables, but I think like it's not too difficult to understand either. So now we are running into issues, but did it do anything at all? No, it didn't. Where is the file? Oh my goodness. Oh god, it just deleted the file as well? No. The file is there, like what am I saying? Yeah, main.go is here. Yeah, so I think like the problem would be like the path and all might not be correct, so we are doing a write file here. So let's go back to that. Writing files, right? So this needs I think like we need to do like a dot slash maybe. Let's see. So where do we have the file name, right? So here we can probably do dot slash plus something like this. Do a go run on this. Now it's saying that failed to fetch the image, invalid memory address. So I think like it's failing to fetch the image first of all. Oh, okay, I see. The problem here is, so because it says like it's failing to fetch the image, the current URL is just a relative URL, so we do need to add a base URL in front of it, right? So let's create a variable called base URL, which is equal to, so the images, let's inspect this one. Let's inspect one of them. So the avatar here, right? So this is the value. If I open it in a new tab, so we need to append xrn.com in front of it, right? So let's do that. And I think we can get rid of this slash and then do a base URL plus this thing, and let's try now. Okay, you see like it's writing these images and it's done. Okay, so it didn't take a lot of time, but yeah, I don't see the images either. Where did it write them to? Okay, we can debug it a little bit more. So it says like we have this, or did it say? It said failed to write the image, right? So there's some issue there. Failed to write image to disk, right? So let's also print out the error to see what the issue is currently. Okay, you see like there's okay, yeah, so the problem here is you're trying to save this whole thing, but we should actually be saving just this bit, because we are trying to save like dot slash sites default and all of this, right? So that wouldn't work, so we need to slice it specifically to this part, right? And this is going to be tricky, so let's see. So where is our we did a split, but I don't think split would work, right? So because this is what we are getting. Let's go back to our regex. So this is what we are getting right now, right? And we want just this part. So I think I can probably do something like slash, or let's escape the slash first, then some amount of words, but this should end with JPEG. or maybe we can just do plus dot plus jpeg, close this bit. Yeah. And then yeah, now how do we, yeah, we can split on this, and then because like there's no way to tell like where this starts from, right? So I don't think we can do like the closest slash to jpeg. I'm not sure if that is something we can do, although I think we can also probably just take this bit, add it in front of it, because this is static, right? So I think it is static. So if I search for this, yeah, there are 102 instances of it. So maybe let's just write a regex here. So the way I'm thinking of doing it is doing a new regex. This would be how did we do it earlier? Where is our previous regex? Yeah, this one, right? So okay, so this would look something like this, right? And we have it till public slash, and then there would be a group here which would be plus. How did we do it? So let me also paste it over here so that, is it stuck? Okay, seem to have hanged. Okay, too low on the webcam. I think it's not responding properly, so let's open it in a new tab maybe. Yeah, exit page. Let's start it again. So this is our, no, not this one. Okay, let's fetch it again. So let's copy this whole thing, or let's copy the avatar at least. So this is our avatar markup, right? And from this, what the regex would look like is something that starts with this value. We do want to escape all of this, all of these slashes. Right, and then another slash at the very end, and then after that we'll have a group, which is basically bunch of words, but this also has to end with jpeg, right? So this is what we'll get. I think this is fine. This does exactly what we need, and from this, because this is what we are storing right now as the image, so we can get this part from it as well. And yeah, that should be it. So regex would look something like something like this. This is our regex, and then what we'll do is we'll do a regex dot find. Why is it not okay? So okay, we have to wrap it in regex dot must compile, right? So only then it would work. Only then it becomes a regex. Earlier it was just a string, so we'll do a regex dot find find submatch, right? Yeah, and then to this we pass in image. Image is currently a string, so we have to convert it into bytes, right? So I think we just do byte. Does that work? No, I don't think that would. We want a byte slice, right? So byte slice, and then to this we pass in image. Does that work? Yeah, it doesn't seem to be complaining. So this would give us back a byte slice. So let's just do a fmt here, println, and let's comment this bit out for a second. So let's run this. Okay, base URL declared but not use. Okay, so let's fix that as well. So on line 40, okay, hopefully this works. Let's see, we are getting back bytes, so can't really read that. So right here we are getting strings, so let's do f, we'll do percent q slash n comma yeah, the second value is correct, so it's this some are capital, some are small, so we'll convert it to lowercase, but that should be fine. Okay, so going back down here, so we are getting a re dot. Okay, let's just pull this here to a yeah, so instead of this we'll just store it as a value. What should we call this? If we just access the first parameter, we can just do file name, right? So let's do file name, and we'll do strings dot lower, and yeah, it would be similar to earlier in some capacity, and then this would be 1, and we can uncomment this, and we can uncomment rest of the download image function as well. Yeah, I think this should be happy now, although like there seemed to be an error. I think like it might be related to, okay, one, I'm not really closing this properly, and then also I think like I'm passing it bytes, it needs a string, so there needs to be another conversion. So yeah, this looks pretty nasty, but I'll refactor it in a bit. Yep. Okay, yeah, it's getting really confusing. So how about we do this? So we are passing to okay, yeah, this should be closing here. And how about now? Yeah, this is what you get when you make it like nest too many things within. So the first one is this bit. So this is on the regex we are passing it the image as a string, so that is fine. And then what we were doing is from the value that we get back, right? So from this we'll get a byte slash, so we'll say like matches or rather match, right? This is fine, and then to this we pass the first match. Now what is the issue here? You cannot use match1 as string value. Okay, because it's that is fine, so we convert it into a string. Yeah, so this would be file name. No, this won't work because this is a byte slice and this is a how about I do this one here and then convert this to a string, and then there should actually be file name this is just a lower file name. I think they should work. Okay, it does work. Now I think we have the file name. We are saving it in the current directory. I think. Let's see. Right file, right? So we are doing it like / the file name, so it should work. Let's run it. Okay. Oh no, we are getting an error. This is line 44. There's a panic. So okay, we are trying to access something which might not be there. Yeah, okay, yeah, again, like it's coming back to this. So so how about we go back to what we had earlier? So we'll go to match, and then this wouldn't be a string first of all, and then we wouldn't do a array access either. So match is fine, I think. Then to lower string we pass match 1. Okay, it could be that like not all things are matching, not all images are matching basically. How about we, okay, let's try this once, and then otherwise I'll just debug it by printing all the matches and seeing like if everything has a length of 2. But then like we do a match 1 and then we convert it into a string. So file name needs to be defined. It isn't currently. Yep. Okay, so currently we are getting errors as 45 and 68. Okay, so at line number 40, it's wrong, 45, which is the same thing here. Okay, so because this is just becoming a pain in the butt, let's also move this right here. Yeah, let's just do this bit. Right, we have matches. We'll just do a fmt .println and do a len of match. That should be it. Please, this will tell us like if there is any issue, like everything. So okay, there are some where the len is 0, right? So okay, so let's check what these are. So maybe the regex isn't correct. So if we do I could probably do if len dot match is equal to 0. In that case, to just print out the image rather than the match, right? So why is there just 1? Oh, okay, are these images empty maybe? And what is the issue here in this case? This says like facelift, employee photo, career. Okay, this I think is the last one, which is something we can drop out, which is fine. Right here, I think. But then this again, like I don't see the problem here. This is what I am not able to understand. So if I copy this markup, right, and then go over here, paste it. I think the regex, okay, no, the regex doesn't work. So it has sites default, files, styles, large, public, and then it has oh, okay, it is nested within a directory. Oh, it's deeply nested actually. But yeah, that is fine. Like this one is fine. Why are we getting Okay, this makes me wonder like if we are getting the right images at all. So we are doing download. Let's do like a print of avatars first. Maybe we just have some empty images, who knows. Okay, yeah, this is the log from the last thing. We have something empty here as well, but yeah, rest of it looks fine. How about I go over here, fmt. So we don't want to do this right now, so let's just make it an underscore, or let's not define anything here. So this is fine, and instead of doing this, I want to do a for we'll just range over the images or avatars rather, and then see if all of them have correct values. Okay, something is incorrect. Avatar is spelled wrong, and this is a ranger. It's better now. Okay, let's see. There's facelift here. Why do we have so many? Oh, okay, I see. Okay, there are certain employees whose image is within all of this. Okay, this gets further complicated. Okay, wow, yeah, I think we'll have to use a better regex here, because like there can be a lot of values between public and yeah, between that. So I think we can probably say like dot plus, right? So this is public slash would be there obviously, and then we also want does it still have no matches, right? Okay, that is fine, but we also want dot plus slash something like this. Yeah, doesn't work with this either. Public, let's get rid of this JPEG first for a second, and then it can be dot, it can be dot or slashes. Getting out of hand really here. How about I cut all of this? So we have up till public here, then all I want to say is anything after that, yeah, and then we want to end at dot plus, or maybe something like slash dot. Oh, now we also we also have PNG as well, but okay, let's do dot PNG, right, and then we'll escape the slash. Okay, this doesn't create a group for it. I think it doesn't. Okay, why doesn't it show me a group is what I'm wondering. Matches anything except line break. Okay, so this should be slash, this actually would be This could be actually this whole thing would work, so you never know. I think we are back to where we started with splitting. I think splitting would have always worked, right? Like we split at slash and then just pick up the last chunk, and that should be it. So based on that, yeah, we don't need to do all of this either, because we are getting an image back, right? So if we look at it here, we say, let's take a few examples from here, right? Edit copy, it seems to have, yeah. So all we can say is we want, let's get rid of this one. So we want slash sites default files and styles, I think large and public. Like up till here we have the same thing, and then after that it gets weird. So this is all the same. Yeah, I'm thinking just splitting and then that should be it. But currently the images have all of this. What we want is like everything that is there till JPEG, right? So JPEG, so plus dot plus, actually dot plus dot JPEG. I think we can just do this. We don't even need to do any of that, right? Like all of this we can just do this, but why does it only match? Okay, there would be only one image per download image instance, so this should be fine. We can do this and it will match the image, and then from this we'll split it on slashes and get the last chunk. Okay, let's do that then. Go over to main.go. Yeah, this regex needs to be redone, so this would just be we have a must compile here. I think like must compile would fail because now we have PNG images, but yeah, let's address this in a second. So this gives us back a regex, right? So we'll just call it RE. Now we have a regex. What we want to do is regex is actually is it a string? What does it give us back? Yeah, luckily gives us back a, no, this is just a regex. So we want to do matches on this. We don't want a submatch, right? So we can just do find string on this, right? So this makes our life slightly easier. So we'll just pass it image to this. We get, what do we get back? We get back a string. So this is a match. Now in this match, what we want to do is we want to do a strings.split, right? What is split n? Split n slices s into substring separated by separator and something. I think like we'll just do split. The string would be match, and then we would want to split with slashes. I think this is fine. Let's just print it out. Let's save it into back s, right? And then do a fmt.print lns. Okay, yeah, I think now let's look at this one. Okay, this is splitting into all of this. The only issue here is we have all of this as well, so there is some issue here, a lot of issues actually. So maybe the regex isn't completely working. Okay, we need to look at a larger sample of images to gauge this, but okay, let's see. Like, are we having a lot of PNG files? Is that the case? PNG, I don't know. Yeah, there, no. We should look at .emp-avatar, right? And then within that we have images. So let me use JS for this. Like, JS is pretty good at doing all of this because it's within the browser. And then we'll do a map on this. Just take the image and do a i.src. Yeah, and then I'll filter over this and search for i dot index of, or let's do includes .png. So right now there's just like one image with a PNG, so that should be fine in our case. Are there JPEG images? I don't know. No, that's just JPEG. So let's look at JPEG. So it should be a length 101. Okay, that's correct. Now let's do a reduce on this, and then take in the accumulator, the instance, and what I just want to do here is to the accumulator I just want to append I plus line break, and then return the accumulator. So I think we can now copy this over, right, to this part. I'll make this bigger. This doesn't seem to be working now. So is there a JPEG going on? Do we need to, not even JPEG? JPG is not matching anywhere. How is that? So if I search for accelerant, that works. What about JPEG? That works as well. Let's make it global, right, with a G. And what about, let's review the vacquier part. So what if I do this? And then I don't think we need a group even, because there's no value of adding a group. If I do without a group, I think it's still the same thing. Yeah, so this does match for every single one of them, right? So where is our regex, right? So let's get rid of this group. Find string, we pass it the image, we get a match. Let's print out the matches first, and then look at everything else. So nt println let's comment this bit out as well. Yeah, it seems like it's fine. So in that case, let's review what do we get wrong when we split it. right? So I think we have the code here, right? So if I what am I doing here, right? So we are doing a split at slash, which is fine, and then we are printing it. Okay, yeah, I don't see any problem with this. To me it looks fine. Let's just do a len, because this will give us a slice, right? So I think like all the values should be positive, and that should be it. There is one here, which is weird. How come there is one? Yeah, for all these, like with value of 1, we would want to check that, like why is there just a single slash, because like there should be a lot of them. If s len of s is, oh, we don't need to do this. So if that is equal to 1, we want to print out s. Let's remove this one. Oh, come on. Yeah, right here. So yeah, triple equal to, like, this is not JavaScript. Okay, hopefully this works. Okay, yeah, it doesn't. You get a lot of blank values. So while I do this, let's also print out the next to it. We can print out the image, so that we can relate to it. Doesn't even print out the image for some reason. Here it is printing out. Okay, I know, like, this is facelift, so that is fine. This is the PNG one. Everything else is working fine, so yeah, pretty confusing. Why would it okay, let's try this. If the len is less than 2, let's try then. Might be a very straightforward problem, who knows, but currently it doesn't seem like that. I'm not sure why it's printing these. This is if I just print out the images, it's fine. How about we do this? Don't even add a condition around it. Okay, so maybe the condition yeah, I'm not sure. Let's do a clear and then run it, maybe. There are some blanks here, so I'm not sure why we have those. Okay, yeah, we get a lot of blanks. Yeah, a lot of blanks here as well, but it seems to be doing this multiple times. So are there multiple prints? Okay, maybe that has been the problem all along. So we are printing it here. What else are we printing? Okay, oh god, we are looping over here as well. Let's now check. Maybe something was incorrectly happening. Okay, we still get this, but yeah, I'm confused now. Okay, what can we do to validate this? It's probably an issue with split. Split slices s into all substring separated by separator and returns a slice of the substring between those separators. Okay, just a second actually. So this gives us back a split, gives us back an array of slice. Okay, now so but then like if I was running this, let's run it over here. So go to collage and do a go run main.go. Yeah, we are getting like last one is empty, that's fine. Yeah, all of it seems fine now. Oh no, there are some empties here. Abhay Saraf, and then immediately after that we get Munir, Murtaza, Mukul, all of that. Yeah, and then since all of these are empty, that's another problem. And we are getting PNG file multiple times, is it? No, I think once only. Let's see. /PNG. Yeah, just once. Okay. So right here, splitting. How about we just do a len of s again? Yeah, we have tried that, but I again want to check it. So running this again, we have these values where there is one a lot of times, so we want to check like why there is one, right? So, and that is why I had done like a print of image in case it's one. Download image, let's see. So this is being called here while we range over avatars. Let me do a fmt.println an image here. Let's go to line here. Okay, so Abhay Saraf, Abhishek, Ajit, all of this we are getting here. So this is not empty, so that is fine. Okay, then we have our regex here. We do a find string on this. Let's print out. I think match might have problems as well. Who knows? Let's get rid of this one. Okay, so scrolling up, so I think this happens using go routine. So this is parallel. Yeah, download happens parallelly, so it doesn't keep the same order, but that is fine. Do we have, say, Alia? Yeah. Do we have Ajit? Yeah, I think we have everybody, but then like this can be, no, these are fresh results, I guess. I don't know why there are so many spaces in here. That could be one of the problems, but assuming that this is all correct, right? So match, although like we are just doing a print line, so no, it shouldn't be empty. So let's do a len of match now. Right, so let's try this out. This will give us a clear picture on the values that we are getting here. You see, like there's a 0 here, so this is a problem, and then there are like a bunch of zeros here. So the problem is right here with the JPEG match. Now how about we do like a if condition, we clear this out, we do a if len.match is equal to 0. In that case, print out the image name. I think this might help us track the images without. No, it doesn't. I don't know why. Okay, so one is this facelift, but what is all of this? What is going on? I think it's working as expected. It's just that but why does it print? Do we have even image in this case? Like maybe then the image the images that we are getting is incorrect. Go run, or we are doing it in this tab. Yeah, so there's what did we write here? Now I'm confused on what exactly we were doing here. Okay, there were a lot of frame drops today. 4% of the stream, which is really bad, but yeah, I will have to see if I can fix that. Okay, so in here what I'm doing is where was it? Yeah, right here. Yeah, so the image length at times is 0 as well. So why are we getting images that are empty or don't have anything in them? Let's do a println, or let's do a like a if len of image is 0, then print out the image, and just print out like empty image, right? And then going up over here, let's comment this all out. Yeah, there are a bunch of empty images, so I think like the problem stems from a very different area rather than so it could be the way we are sort of getting the avatars actually, right? So let's print out the avatars now. So this seems like the real problem. So if I scroll up, yeah, I see like a space here, some space here. So Okay, so we have avatars here, right? So we'll do like fmt dot, or let's do a range on this for v avatars. It will do if len of v is 0, there might be an error. Yeah. Okay, what's the error here? Avatars is fine, right? What is it complaining about? Expected boolean. Oh yeah, I'm missing the range keyword. Yeah, we have issues with the images that we are fetching, so this is fine. I think we have to go to this get avatars, right? Now how about we print out here md.println string string of v1. What's the issue now? Okay, this is not a range, so okay, we are getting avatars here. We are doing a find sub match. We are getting results. Then we are making okay, so re results is currently a slice, right? So let's do a loop on this. So we'll do for I range re result, and then what I'll do is I'll do fmt.println I, and then we want the first item from it, and then we'll also, okay, let's just do this. This will give us bytes, but then let's see if we have like empty spaces in between somewhere. No, it doesn't seem like that. So okay, so we did a loop here, and then let's convert it into a string. Okay, yeah, nothing seems empty here, right? Okay, so if nothing is empty here, let's see what is there in avatar. So if I do like, oh, could it be that okay, what does make take as arguments? So it takes a size, right? Integer type. It can be any integer type. Okay, so how about we loop over, instead of this we loop over avatars, right? No, this is just a range here. Let's copy this over, loop over avatars, and then just do a fmt here, fmt.println v. This should be fine, hopefully. I think I might be, no, oh yeah, no, this is just a clear screen here. Okay, so this is fine up till here. Crazy here, like this is fine up till here. So the avatars that we are getting are fine. So How come like earlier avatars was not correct? So let's do a fmt println len of avatars, and cap of avatars. Yeah, 204 and 216. So this is the problem, right? Why does it have a length of 204? That's, to me, is the problem. What is the length of this? Let's just grab this bit and use it here. So this would be re. And let's see what's the value of the regex. Yeah, this is reasonable. So it's 102 and 170. So how come what we did here, 102 is the okay, I think it's doubling it. Yeah, I think the way we are creating the slice is the problem here. Right, so if I go to slices, okay, I need to wrap up in like 15 or like 5 minutes from now. I think we can continue in another call because like there's a lot of work pending, but just quickly taking a look at the way we are making this slice, right? So we did give it we are telling it that it's a slice of strings and then it has a length of, so how about I do like a 102 for example. I think it was anyways doing this, but let's try this out and then check the avatars here. So let's do a okay, let's try this out. You see it's double. Yeah, this is what arrays usually do, like it will double the length so that in case it has to scale up, that would work out. Yeah, but at the same time, what about if we just, instead of a slice, we just create an array? Because anyways we are not going to mutate it. So with arrays, can we have a fixed length? Yeah, I think we can do that. So let's try this out quickly because I'm running out of time here as well. So this would be, hi Hussein. Yeah, so this would be an array instead of a slice, so we don't need to do a make here. I can just probably do we'll call it avatars like before, and this would be of len re results, and then that should be it. Is it warning us about something? Yeah, okay, we do need to define the type for it as well, so it would be a string length. And does it not work with this? Len re result value of type int must be a constant. Okay, so maybe we can just get a result here. So we'll just call it len re result, store it right here, and then just use this value here. Maybe okay, I think like this won't even work because this is all compile time. This is all runtime actually, not even compile time, so array wouldn't be able to resize at that moment. Okay, how do we do that then? Like, how do I, okay, I think the other way around it is just to keep using continue using slices, and then yeah, let's just use len of re result. Where is it? Re result, and then just divide it by 2 so that it doesn't, like, even if it scales up, still half of that. So let's take this, go down here. I think we already have we are printing the len of avatar and capacity of avatar, so let's run it. Yeah, it's 153 now, which is again quite odd. It should have been 102, but let's see. I am running out of time here, but yeah, let's stretch till 8:25. Okay, so we are right here. Where are we? Okay, I think here, right? So currently we are getting, okay, where did this 200, okay, this is fine. So let's print out the value of re results. Re result, right? So if I print this out, it should be 102. Oh, I didn't do a len around it. Okay, so that is line 30. So we want a len around it. So this is giving us 102, right? Now the problem is that when I do len of this, that's fine, but in case I make a slice, right? So the slice, I try to make a slice of this length, or this, is it length or capacity? It is size. Okay. Does it say anything? The size specifies the length. The capacity of the slice is equal to its length. So this should have worked, because we know, like, it's 102. So but then if I immediately do a len of avatar, right? So oh, okay, yeah, I see what the problem is. So if I do a len of avatar at this moment, avatars, right? So at this moment it would be 102 for both, but as I keep adding more items to it, right? So let's see, let's just move it down after I append a value to it, so it will keep growing, right? Like I think, like, it keeps increasing the space in the slice. So you see, like, it gradually grows from 102 to 103 and so on. So it keeps growing as I keep adding more items to it. But I don't want it to grow, and I can't use this array as well. So that is the problem. How do I do that? I am not sure. Okay. Okay, I was able to delete those messages, so yeah. Okay, yeah, this is something I'll need to figure out. Like, maybe the alternative is just to, like, which I think is also fine till we figure it out, like, for us to proceed forward. But yeah, this is not the solution, because with that we can't really move forward. So if I just do right here, like, do a, where is it? We just create an array, so we'll just call it avatar. Avatars is an array of 102 items that are of type string. Doesn't this work? Should work, right? I should be able to. Oh, okay, then I have to append to a particular index. Okay, that is fine. Then I can say This would be I, and then we'll, instead of doing appends, we'll do avatars on index I. Just set a value of string v1, right? Something like this. And then we return avatars, which here is how do we denote array as a return type? Do we also like put in a concrete value? Okay, we do that. And then I think like we would have like more issues. Download avatar, download images again takes a, oh yeah, this is going to be difficult to manage because this part is dynamic for us and we can't really work with that. So can Golang prevent slice from growing. Slice gotchas. Okay, it's under gotcha, so that's that doesn't look promising. Bug. How slice grows, right? But yeah, I don't want it to grow. That's the trouble. Okay, yeah, why am I taking all this pain? So why can't I just skip all the items that are empty, right? Like that is all of it. We don't need to really trouble ourselves with all of this. So if I come over here, let's uncomment all of this code. Yeah, I'm cutting in very close, but let's see. Is a match. We don't need this. We do. So we have splitting. Okay, I think yeah, this is something we'll continue on tomorrow, or maybe later in the day if I get some bandwidth there. But from what I can think of, what we can do is we can just filter out, like, yeah, I don't know why I took this route of figuring out like how to get rid of this item. We can just while I sort of loop over these items, I wouldn't just basically call the, like, in case the image has a length of 0, we just don't do anything, right? We just return, and that's basically it. We don't call the go routine, and that's all. That solves our problem. And yeah, there's not a lot of value in doing it separately or like figuring out a way. So let's continue later on this. So I want to make sure that all the images download parallelly, and then the next thing would be to build a image collage from it. So I think like this is going to span multiple streams, considering my limited skills with Go, but yeah, let's see how it goes. So for today, thank you everyone. Bye.